Hello there, fairies and fauns, satyrs and selkies, and fae folk of all sorts. I just got back from an absolutely incredible, magical trip to England. My first international experience ever overseas, the land of Albion, the land of magic, the land of myth and legend. And I was there with the most magical group of goblins who, three of which at least took time out to go to just about all of the different events that I went to. The whole 11 days that I was there, Bryony hosted me, and then there was Fiend and Jilly, and I also got to meet up with my dear friend Martha, and I got to see my friends Allie and Annie and Leanne, and we had such an amazing time, and I'm so thankful to them for making me feel welcome and sharing this magical time with me. So shout out to all of my friends, and I love you all, and I really enjoyed my time. But anyway, while I was there, I got a lot of souvenirs, and I was writing out a list of all of the things that I'd gotten and spreading them all out and realizing that I really wanted to share them with all of you. So, but first, a caveat. If your name is David Edwards, if your name is Bryony Arnold, or if your name is Desiree Anderson, please don't watch this video until after Christmas, because I'm going to be sharing some things that I got for you for Christmas. So unless you want to spoil the surprise, I would not watch this video. But yeah, so let's dive right into it. So first off, I went to a couple of thrift stores on our shopping day. We had a shopping day where we went to several antique stores and a couple of thrift stores. And the first thing I want to show you is, since you know I love Christmas, I got this shirt. I actually think it's a pajama top, but it's super soft, so I don't care. And it's covered in British robins and little holly. I only recently found out that there's a difference between what we in America call robins and British robins, because I posted a picture from my yard and I said, oh, look at this pretty little robin. And my British friend said, that's not a robin. What the heck is that? So I looked it up and discovered that sure enough, their robins are a lot more rotund and they're more like a little burb instead of our robins, which are a bit more svelte and elongated. So anyway, that's some British robins. And then the next thing I want to show you that I got at the thrift store, there's a story behind this one. So my husband and I really love the YouTube channel PlayStation Access, and it's hard to find anything to gift him to celebrate how much we love this channel, because they don't have any official merchandise, because it would have to have the PlayStation logo, and the PlayStation logo is copyrighted, even though they're an official PlayStation channel, and I'm rambling. But anyway, so they play games at Christmas time, and they use these Christmas jumpers that they have that are PlayStation related. And while we were at one of the thrift stores, I found they only had one. It was in Tom's size, and I found this PlayStation Christmas jumper that they actually wear on the YouTube channel that Tom and I watch. I thought that was a little bit of magic there. So I loved that I found that for him, and I gave it to him yesterday and he was tickled by it. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was a gift from Martha. Since I've been showing some Christmas stuff, she got me these cute little earrings at a craft fair that have Santa beards and Santa hats. By the way, if I shake when I'm showing you anything that's detailed, sometimes I shake. It's just something I do. It doesn't mean I'm nervous, it just means that my metabolism is weird. But anyway, so when we were going antiquing, the first place we went into was a co-op, and it was interesting. It was, I've never been in a British thrift store or antique store before, and apparently some of them have whole rooms that are just literally piled from floor to ceiling with like wooden chairs or cutlery, or you know, one thing or the other. And so we were in this store and I was digging around in it, and the first thing I found was a gift for my coworker who really appreciates the monarchy. And so I got her this cup from Queen Elizabeth's, I almost said coronation, like they say in, what is that, Frozen? Anyway, Queen Elizabeth's coronation, and it has that on the back of it. So I got that for my coworker because I know she'll appreciate that. I have another coworker who likes birds, so I got her this bird plate, this robin plate, robin in winter. I have another, my boss likes chickens, so I couldn't find anything chicken for her. So I got her this pretty painted egg as a souvenir. And then when we were out thrifting, I also found this very pretty, let me see if I can get it to show up, this Welsh love spoon with, you can see there's a Welsh dragon and a heart and a cross, and then the heart for the cup of the spoon. I thought this was really pretty, so this is for me. Then on to more gifts. My friend Dave, we were in York, and York was apparently founded by the Vikings. So there's a large, there's a bunch of Viking shops there and everything. And they have a Viking reenactment experience there called Jorvik. So we went to the gift shop for Jorvik, and I got him these rune socks. So those are cool. I almost picked up a pair myself. And then I also got him this, I think it's Ouroboros. I don't remember exactly how to say it, how to pronounce it. The snake that's biting his own tail, but I got him this necklace there as well. Then while we were thrifting again, I also got, for my friends Bryony and Desiree, I got them these Lincolnshire Imp door knockers. So the Lincolnshire Imp is found in a church in Lincolnshire, and so there's both of them. They're slightly different, but they're pretty much the same. So I got those for my friends. And then back to that first thrift store that we went to, or antique store that had the piles of things to the ceiling. I got for myself this little brass, heavy brass Victorian, well, it's probably a Victorian reproduction, but the woman's hand with the ball, because I really love these, putting them out for decoration. And then just a little brass bell, but it has a really nice tone. So I got this little brass bell there as well. Moving on to the things that people gifted me while I was on my trip. First of all, my friend Martha got me this little friend who is very bendable, and she doesn't have a name yet, and I don't know the artist. I'll see if I can find out the artist for Martha and put it in the comments, but she's a little cutie, and she tucked in very nicely to my suitcase, and she's going to make a nice addition to my household. And then Bryony graciously let me choose a couple of pairs of fingerless gloves that she's made. This is the design of one of them in a nice neutral green, and they're super soft and super nice. And then the other one is in a patterned yarn that looks almost like moss, and it's a little bit more nubbly. These are both going to be really wonderful for winter time, and I'm sure that you will see them in future pictures that I take. Then Annie made us these little felted, oh, I'm hiding the little green on the top, or on the bottom. She made us these little felted Amanita muscaria mushrooms, which is perfect as a memento because I saw my first in-person Amanita muscaria while I was on this trip, and I was really happy about that. We were at a ferry path and Bryony found it, and we all took turns celebrating with this Amanita muscaria mushroom by holding him and taking pictures. We did not imbibe in the Amanita muscaria, I should be specific. Bryony's husband, Bruce, I actually gifted her a Mesare Ceramics mug with a medieval marginalia rabbit riding a man-faced snail. It was a mug with that design on it. We were talking about marginalia. So he had this patch that he just had gotten and wanted to see if I wanted it. So I definitely wanted it, and I'm going to put it on my patch jacket because I love it. Then Fiend, who is on Instagram as Von Monsta, she is an artist, and she gave me a selection of her prints, which I love her work, love, love, love her work. I have one of her pieces on my wall, and I think I'm going to frame some of these and put these on a wall that I'm currently redoing. She has such an incredible, unique style to her fairies that she does art of. So I really, really love that. Okay, this is gonna be a long video. Martha also gifted me this beautiful Pride Moth pin, which is also going to go on my jacket. Looks like it's by abprallen.co.uk. So I really love that. And she also gifted me the Forest Fade deck because I do not have it yet, and I've heard very good things about it. So I'm very curious to try that. And Bryony let me, I'm sorry, half the video is going to be you seeing this this site, but I have everything spread out all around me, so I have to keep ducking different directions to get things. Bryony let me choose a little sachet of an acorn that's done in a William Morris fabric, so it smells like lavender and it smells wonderful. Allie gifted me, she collects these little unicorns, and she had one that was a duplicate, so she let me have this cute little unicorn statue. Martha also gifted me this really cool belt. I'm looking forward to wearing this. It has a crescent moon, and then, oh gosh, it's going to be all tangly, but anyway, you've got these dangly bits, and then it closes with a sun, so it's kind of like going to be like a dangly type doodad there. And also found at a craft mart, she got me this decorative mug with a lamppost and a little deer on it. And the reason why this is special is because we went to see what is supposedly the lamppost from Narnia is in her city. And she told me the whole legend of how C.S. Lewis was inspired by this lamppost at the church to create the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So, so yeah, that's a nice little memento of that experience that I had with her. And finally, when I was at that Airbnb that I was staying at for one night, I had a wonderful experience where I saw hares in person for the first time, and it made me cry. They were right outside the window, and I was able to just press my nose against the glass and watch them for about 45 minutes or so during twilight. So as a memento of that experience, Martha gifted me with, let's see if I can show it to you here. That's probably going to be the, I don't know if this works or not with this. Probably not, but she gave me this. It's from Fable, and it's in rose gold, and it's this beautiful, delicate, really, really pretty hair necklace. So that is always going to remind me of seeing my favorite animal in person for the first time in the wild. So that made me cry. And I also picked up, as another memento of it, this gorgeous hair print that is by Old Forest Forge is the name of the artist. They are on Instagram, I follow them. But I saw this in a shop on the last day that I was there, and I was instantly drawn to it. So I don't know where it's going, but I picked it up, and I'll find a place for it somewhere in the house. Also, in honor of seeing the hare for the first time, I picked up this statue of a hare scratching himself on the neck. And the reason why I wanted this one so badly was that one of the hares that actually came closest to the window, in the twilight, I could see him doing that head scratch thing. And I caught a picture of him doing it, but I caught a picture. It actually like looks like just a solid blob because it was at twilight and my camera can't do well with dark conditions. So, you know, you'll just have to believe me that that was a special moment when I saw him scratching his head and everything. When we went to Manchester, we went to the Manchester Art Gallery, and my sneaky friends did not tell me that Hylas and the Nymphs by Waterhouse was at that art gallery. So we were looking around the room, and you know, I looked at this one, looked at the next one, and I looked at what was ahead. I just burst into tears because I had no idea that I was going to be seeing Hylas and the Nymphs in person. It's not my all-time favorite Waterhouse painting, but it's definitely in my top. So I got a postcard of it to commemorate that, even though I have, you know, a framed artwork of it and everything, but I just wanted something to commemorate that experience. Also on the last day when we were going shopping a little bit, the same time that I picked up that hair print, I also found this antique postcard, never been used actually, antique postcard of a May Day celebration. And I just love all of the little boys and girls in their costumes. And I just thought that this would make a fun spring and summer decoration in my house on the entry table, because it works for spring, obviously, because it's May Day, and it also works for summer because it kind of has that Midsummer Night's Dream vibes, which is my summer decorating theme. So one of the first days we went to Whit Manor, which is an arts and crafts manor that houses a lot of arts and craft, or a lot of pre-Raphaelite artworks, and also basically there's only one wallpaper in the entire house that's not William Morris wallpaper, and all of the furniture is either Gothic or arts and crafts, and the whole place is like a palace celebrating the pre-Raphaelites and arts and crafts. So it was an incredible experience to go through there. We were just gawking the whole time. I neglected to bring my William Morris dress that I own, but the rest of them, the other three gals that were with me, were all wearing William Morris patterned dresses, and so we were a hit. Everyone was saying, oh, this is great that you're all dressed like this. So as you walked around, usually what used to happen is if there was a chair that you couldn't sit in, they would put pine cone on that chair. But instead of doing that, they had little signs with a porcupine on them if you couldn't sit in there. But if you could sit in a chair, they had these William Morris patterned arts and crafts pillows with a black cat on it. And if you saw the black cat, that meant feel free to sit in that chair. So they are so sneaky. They sell these pillows in the gift shop, and I bought this as a memoriam to my dear cat Corbin, who passed away in 2017, just as a little memento of how much I love him still. So, and as a memory of that experience with my friends. So I got this cute little arts and crafts black cat pillow. I also got this tile of William Morris's Brother Rabbit design. I got a William Morris pattern Christmas ornament of a rabbit. I got 3 postcards of the sketch or the cartoon for William Morris's tapestry that has the fox and the crow and the hare. So these look really pretty together. I think I might frame these too if I can find wall space to put them up. And then all of us who went got matching Strawberry Thief badges. So there's the Strawberry Thief badge or pin that I got from Whit Manor. We also went to a concert. We went to a Steel Ice Band concert, and we got a box to sit in, which was so magical because we all went full on fae. We all wore our antlers, and we all got dressed up in velvet and capes and all kinds of things. And we got a lot of comments that night, including one person who called us. He asked for our picture, and then he said, "You're like the medieval babes." And we said, "We will take that compliment all the way to the bank." So their tour t-shirts were actually at quite a reasonable price. So I got a tour t-shirt for the Steel Ice Band concert that we attended. And let's see, there's the one we went to Tuesday, King's Hall in Ilkley. So that's the night that we attended the show. So now I have a Steel Ice Band t-shirt to wear in the summertime to remind me of that magical experience with my friends going to that concert. So in my friend's town, the store that they go to the most often is Aldi, which actually we go to Aldi every week too. So I got a big kick out of going to a foreign countries version of the same store that I go to every week, and I just kind of went nuts a little bit. So one thing that I had to pick up, so that when we go on our weekly shopping trips, we can use these. I picked up an Aldi bag from England with the Union Jack on it, so that when we do our Aldi shopping, we can just, use our British Aldi bags. I don't know, I thought it was funny. I got a huge kick out of the idea of doing that. And while I was there, I picked up they're generic, but they're Jammy Dodgers. Some Tunnocks caramel wafer biscuits. Some Tunnocks tea cakes. Some Jaffa cakes. A Terry's chocolate orange. Some Mrs. Kipling's festive Bakewells to try at Christmas time. And also they have, and we don't have this in the States, even though I'm not a huge fan of Kevin the Carrot as a character, they have a Christmas character called Kevin the Carrot, and I do think it's kind of cute that they have a Christmas character at Aldi. So I picked up the Kevin the Carrot chocolate advent calendar just because it was fun and it was only a couple of quid. So, and this is my favorite character who you were about to see. Another little magical thing from my trip, another little from the universe, was every time we'd go in, I would lament because my favorite character is, they call him Willy Conker. He's like the Willy Wonka character of this year's advert storyline. So Willy Conker is my favorite because he kind of reminds me of David Bird's. I don't know if you're familiar with his Instagram, but he takes these gorgeous pictures of little creatures made out of nuts and acorns. And I lamented, I said, oh, I wish they had plush from, of all the characters, and then I could get a Willy Conker plush. They did, and they came out the day I was leaving. So the morning that we were leaving town, I asked Bryony if we could swing by Aldi, and they had them. And I got my Willy Conker plush from Aldi. But we're not huge fans of his name. Kind of reminds me of William the Conqueror, and I don't know. I just don't like his name. So we decided to name him Albion because it's a much better name. And then Martha had the suggestion that instead of calling him Albion, we should call him Aldian. So please meet Aldian, my adorable conquer friend. And also, I find this hilarious because I am an Ohioan, and I'm not at all interested in sports, but you know, the Buckeyes are a big thing, Ohio State Buckeyes, and Brutus the Buckeye. So this is like, don't at me or anything, but this is like the cool version of what you can do with a Buckeye or a conker. So this is my version of what Brutus the Buckeye thinks he is. So anyway, he's adorable and I love him. I think that's everything from Aldi. And then I just grabbed like some Love Hearts on the plane, which are actually really good. I thought they would taste like American Love Hearts, but they're actually really yummy. So when we were in York, I have two more things. Whoa! Two more things to show you. Can't do it the other way. Two more things to show you from my trip. Oh, okay, calm down. First of all, when we were in York, I don't know if you're familiar, but they super went viral on social media. There's a place called the York Ghost Merchants that the whole concept is you go in there and all of one wall is covered in all of these little tiny ghosts, and they're all made by artists and they all have different patterns on them, colors, all of that, and you get to adopt a ghost from York. And it's really well done. All of the employees dress in period clothes, and the actual building is you know, an old medieval building, and they have like little peek holes in the wall that you can look through and see like different things. Anyway, usually the queue is an hour, 2 hours. Sometimes the gal that checked me out, which I'm about to spoil it for you, yes, I was able to go. She said that the longest queue she'd ever seen was 4 hours long. But the day that we went to York, about half the day was kind of a little misty moisty, but it was decent to walk around in. The other half of the day was actually a named rainstorm. Like, it was so bad that it was a named storm. So we were walking through the streets of York and it was pouring down rain and the wind was really strong. But on the good side, the places were way less crowded, and that included the York Ghost Merchants. So we only had, there were like 5 people in line ahead of us or something like that. We only had to wait about 20 minutes to get into the York Ghost Merchants. And the gal who checked us out was so delighted by, once again, we were all dressed, you know, the way that we always dress, but, you know, all magically and everything. And she kept asking like, oh, this is wonderful. And she asked, did you all have this sense of style before you got to know each other? Or did you develop this sense of style through your friendship with each other? And as I was checking out, she said, this really saddens me and delights me both, because I would love to dress like this, but all my friends wear jeans all the time. I love them, but you know, I just wish I had people to go out and dress up with. So as she was packing me up, she said, I'm gonna give you one of these canvas totes for free because I'm just so delighted by you and your friends. So she gave me this free York Ghost Merchants canvas tote, which I think is so cute and is the perfect size for me to just carry my books to and from work. So now you probably want to see my ghosts, which they come in these, they know what they're doing. I mean, yes, it went viral and it is kind of a tourist thing, but they know what they're doing. It's brilliant. All of the packaging is so well done. You've got the cityscape on your little box. And then let's see. Okay, I'm going to show you the other one first. This one's my ghost. So this is the ghost that I was drawn to buy. I love the way that he looks like he's, yeah, see, there I am shaking. I love how he looks like he's got misty, smoky lines all around him. And I love this like kind of pinky, purpley, smoky color that he is. So there's my ghostie that I picked up from the York Ghost Shop. They all look exactly like this. different colors, but like the silhouette is always the same. And then Tom's, this was incredible. I messaged, so I was choosing mine, and I messaged Tom because I was trying to decide between two of them, and I said, which one should I get? And he said, get a red one. And I said, I don't want a red one. And he said, yeah, but I want a red one. He said, do you mind if you pick one up for me too? Which I thought was fun. I appreciated that he wanted a ghost too. So when he said get a red one, I knew what he meant. He actually meant that he wanted a Spider-Man one that reminded him of Spider-Man. So I got off the phone with him and I turned to my friends and I said, what I just said to you, I said, I think what he really wants is a spot. And like I turned, and right in my eye line, like right there was this guy. So he is, God, it's so hard to see the detail. I think I'm gonna cut in with the video here. Ooh, spider ghost. Ooh. Showing the detail of him, but he's red and blue, and he's covered in webbing, like this kind of webbing type look. So this is his Spider-Man York ghosty, and here's my little Spider-Man ghosty. So we each got our little ghosties, and I love them, and they are going to be out on display year-round. They're not just going to be for Halloween, because I have such a good memory of that. Then the last thing is, and I wish you had smell-o-vision. We went into another store in York that's called the Society of Alchemists, and there as well they had incredible, just everything was just so visually stunning, and their marketing was just done so well. And they are mostly a perfume shop. So I was going around and spraying the different testers into the air, and meh. But then I got to their display of their special seasonal scent called Merry Jeampus, and I freaking loved this scent. So at first I sprayed it on a test card and I smelled it and oh my gosh, I really like that. Okay, well, let me try spraying it on myself, and oh, I really like that too. But if you wear perfume, you know that perfume can change and shift over time. So I said, all right, well, we have a couple of other places to go on this same street, the Shambles. And so I'm just gonna, smell this in about a half hour and see what I loved it even more. Like the way it interacted with my skin, I loved it even more. So, so yeah, I picked up this bottle of, and here's the velvet pouch that it came in too. So very, very good marketing. And I actually love this so much that I kind of regret not getting another bottle, because it was only 20 pounds for a bottle, decent sized bottle of perfume. And the ingredients are, well, does it say? Tell you what, I'll include, because I know their website actually includes like all of the different notes that are in this. So I'll include it down below in the description. But I wish you had some, it smells like Christmas. It smells so good and musky and earthy, but it also smells like celebration and Christmas, and it's so, so good. So that's everything. This is like a 35-minute video, so I got a lot of stuff. But that's everything other than the most magical memories of the most memorable trip, possibly of my entire lifetime. That's all of the physical mementos that I picked up from the trip. But once again, I love all of you that I saw on the trip so much. I love all of you watching this, and I hope you enjoyed this very rambly trip souvenir video that included me accidentally flipping you the bird at one point. All right, be well, stay magical. Mwah.